Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Consciousness Empowerment. Here we talk about consciousness, wisdom, spiritual laws, and how to reach your dreams. Today, we're going to talk about the 1948 lessons by Neville Goddard. And I'm going to talk about the lesson on thinking dimensionally. As I said it before in my videos, there are only two levels of consciousness, not to be confused about states of consciousness, which are your emotions. Think of the quote unquote levels of consciousness by David R. Hawkins. Those are states of consciousness, okay? Multiple states. There's infinite states. Every time you think of something that you desire, that's a state, okay? It's a certain state, okay, attached to a feeling. We have an infinite amount of states. But in the human experience, there are two perspectives. Okay, maybe perspectives is a better understanding. And this is what Neville Goddard is talking about when he says fourth dimensionally. You're either living in the physical world, thinking about this time right now, like you watching this video on your TV or what have you, on your cell phone. That's all there is. There's only the physical, and there's only this finite time and space. The other one, that's most people. The other one, I know it's you because that's why you're here. You need to have some understanding of this, is that you can create from your mind, just like the great inventors, the great artists of our world who have impacted our world in immense degrees. We are what Neville calls Christ-minded or spiritually minded, okay? And this is what he writes, quote, "The Christ mind, the spiritual mind, which in our language we will call the fourth dimensional focus, the past, the present, and the future of the natural mind are a present whole. It takes in the entire array of sensory impressions that man has encountered, is encountering, and will encounter." Okay. The only reason you and I are functioning as we are today and are not aware of the greater outlook is simply because we are creatures of habit, and habit renders us totally blind to what otherwise we should see. But habit is not law. It acts as though it were the most compelling force in the world, yet it is not law. So let's take a look about how we think about the world, right? We're in our countries, we think about only about our country. That's a habitual way of thinking. We don't think about, what are the laws going on in another country, right? Or what about the laws of space? You know, if we excel to a certain speed in space and then our engine runs off, are we still going to excel, or are we going to end up stopping? And how much friction does space have? We don't think about that stuff because we're habitually in a way of thinking of, I wonder what president's going to be, you know, instead of within, which is like, fuck the outside. I can decide who I want to be, because that's all you can control, your thoughts, your actions. Okay, thoughts and actions. That's it. All right, and then the type of actions are your character. Are you industrious or are you lazy? Okay. Are you abundant-minded? So you have abundance and your people see you, and you yourself see yourself with abundance. You have abundance. That's your character. Okay. Character is what you're developing and what you have. Okay. Using the law of assumption, assuming the wish of you, the wish you want, and feeling the feelings of the wish that you want, and therefore you get that consciousness, your physical results will change because that's who you are now. And you stay faithful to that, and you will manifest that. That's being spiritually minded. What did he get? I look like it's his little snack thing that I give him, a little chew snack. I think it's hard. I don't know how he bites into it. But you know, he's a dog. He likes biting stuff. I just walked him. I did a video before where I did the video before we walked, and he was crying because he wanted to go. I had to put on my shoes, and he knew we were gonna go out, so he was just crying throughout the video. So now I do the videos after the walk. All right. So At the end, I'm going to share a quote that's going to help you with being honest with yourself about how you see. Are you natural minded, seeing only the natural, what's here now in time and space, or are you fourth dimensionally minded, spiritually minded, Christ minded? I want to share this right here, this quote that's going to help you with getting to that answer, okay? Because I want you to answer spiritually minded at the end. Quote, I suspend the limited reason of the natural man and walk in this bold assertion that I am what my senses deny. Okay. End quote. And now I'm going to say another quote and then we'll go over them. Quote, as your mind is cleansed from your former concept of self, you assume you are what you want to be and remain faithful to this assumption. And remaining faithful to this assumption, you give form to your assumption or resurrect your child. You are the woman cleansed of the issue of blood and you are moved towards the house of the dead child. End quote. So this is about a story about Jesus Christ when there's a woman who had problems with her womb, and she touches him and he goes, who touched me? Because I felt virtue come out of me. And then the woman says, it was me. You know, I had problems with my womb. And then he says, okay, you are cured. And then they all walk together to this home where this child has died and the child is resurrected, born again. If you think about the stories in the Bible, they're all about faith, belief, and life and death. Okay. There's others that are very metaphysical, but you really need to understand the metaphysical of that. I'll get into it eventually. Okay. It's pretty cool when we get there. All right. So the quotes that I share with you have one message. Be bold. Despite what the circumstances are, assume your wish fulfilled, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and have faith in it, that it will be clothed in time and space, because it's already done in your imagination. It's done. It's already there. You can be grateful for it. Being grateful, having gratitude is showing faith. Okay? Faith and gratitude is evidence of things not seen. Okay? Now here's the quote that I'm going to end it with that's going to help you with answering this question. If you be honest with yourself, and if you're answering in a way you don't like, change it. You can change it. Remember, we are creatures of habit. So if we just change our habitual way of thinking, we'll have a different way of habitual thinking, have different results. Okay? Because we change our belief. Quote. And these are the questions. Quote. Do you believe now that you, without the assistance of another, need only assume that you are what you want to be, to make that assumption real within your world? Or do you believe that you must first fulfill a certain condition imposed upon you by the past, that you must be of a certain order or a certain something? It's up to you to answer that. Okay, if you said yes to the first question, that means you're Christ-minded. Because you only need you. You don't need nothing fucking else to get the things that you want. All you need to do is assume the goal already done. Assume it already done in your mind, in your imagination, or in your feeling, or just your feeling. Okay, because Navigator says that, and I've done that. I just assume the feeling and that shit manifests. Okay? And you'll get what you want. Do you believe that? If you said yes, then you are spiritually minded, Christ-minded, fourth dimensionally minded. Okay? Where there is only now, there is no past, there is no present, there's no future, there's only now. Or do you believe that you must first fulfill a certain condition imposed upon you by the past, that you must be of a certain order or a certain something to get your wish fulfilled? I like the old belief. Oh, you need to go to school to be successful. You know, that's just like stupid blanket statement. school to be successful. What the fuck? What successful in what way? In getting straight A's? You'll be successful in getting straight A's and taking tests. I know that's what I'm successful at after school. But I did learn a lot of things in school. The reason I went to school, I went to UCLA, is because I wanted to focus on something good. I had to suicide my old image, which was tag banging, okay, criminal, and stuck in vices, drinking alcohol, doing drugs, things like that. And I changed and I resurrected a new self-image, which was going to school, not doing drugs and alcohol much, because I did end up doing more. Now I don't. And being a good person, literally trying to be a good person. And I became a good person. I became a political activist. I donated time. I donated money. I still do to nonprofit organizations and charities. And my life has gone from being incarcerated and doing drugs and all that crazy stuff, hurting my family and those around me, to not. Okay, to living a good life and just being a good example to my family. You know, that's how you manifest. I manifested a new self-image, new environment. Okay, by killing the old. Okay, so you gotta let go of the circumstance and use your mind and become that person. So you be that person in your mind and you become. Okay, and just allow the universe to bring everything: the hunches, the people, the resources. You don't need anything outside of you. Ultimately, what you're looking for is yourself. To remind yourself that you are God. And then your message of success is be like, hey, you are God. You can have anything you want. Everybody wants that. Deep down, everyone is wanting that, even though they may not say it. Okay, or maybe they be hating. I don't have haters on here like that, talking about things like that for some reason. I don't think there are a lot of people who talk about the law of attraction, the law of assumption, consciousness, have that many haters. Like, it's just like, it doesn't happen, you know? So I hope you like this one. Until next time, peace.